Montana, a sprawling outdoorsman's Eden with ice-covered peaks and unspoiled wilderness. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of the last best place.
I got a call from a co-worker that somebody just shot a couple elk. They're trespassing, I believe they shot from the road. The landowner's watching them now, and we are en route to that location to see if we can catch up to these guys still in the field. We got a ways to go to get there, but we'll see. While we're traveling, I'll try to get in touch with the sheriff's department and see if anybody out there might be closer to be able to make contact with them.
Near Billings, Montana, Region 5 State Game Warden Kevin Holland races to his first call. A tipster reports that a group of hunters is illegally harassing a herd of local elk.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Thank you for it.
Yeah. Good to have.
I noticed some lights parked on the highway. It happens all the time when the elk are here. They stop and watch them.
Sure.
No big deal to me, but when they start running on my chest, they blow through my neck.
Yeah.
But he was up just where I could see him. About that yellow sign right there.
Okay, yep.
They're making their way, and they kept trying to cross, and he would cut them off.
Yeah.
He had his windows down right here, and here he is, cow calling him out his window.
Okay.
And I yelled at him. He didn't hear me, but
yeah.
I yelled at him once, telling him to get the hell out of here. 'Cause, you know.
Yeah.
Anyhow, they jumped the fence, and same thing. They'd run up a couple hundred yards, and they'd turn to cross. He'd stop them. I got in my pickup then. I went down to try and get a plate, but the truck was so dirty. All I got was 3.
Okay.
There's a black Suburban. They weren't really doing any of the hustling, but they pulled up in front of him. They went down past him, pulled off on approach, and they all jumped out. And I went on by because I couldn't get any plates, and when I came back, they were all on the west side up here.
Do you know if those guys are still in there, or who knows?
I've been watching. I haven't seen anything take off south, but
okay. Well,
there's a black Suburban and a crew cab white.
We'll see what we come up with. Nick is coming. He'll be here in 20 minutes or half hour, and we'll look around and see what we come up with.
Coming up, Wardens call a bluff.
Nobody.
Yeah, they were.
Yes, they were.
No.
Yeah, they were.
There was another pickup truck that come this way.
It was your guys' vehicles.
There's a fresh set of tracks there.
Today's Streamlight Spotlight focuses on Montana's Region 5, where State Game Wardens Kevin Holland and Nick Taylor investigate a tip call. A witness has reported a group of hunters harassing a herd of elk.
Well, about 6:30 this morning, I got a call from a gentleman up here in Custer, and said there was a white vehicle being suspicious on the road. Turned their lights off and on when other vehicles approached it, and I knew that the elk were crossing regularly in this area. And then we got a tip-mont call from a complainant that said that some people were harassing elk. Gave good description of the vehicle. I decided I was going to come on that. There was elk in the area.
The determined wardens explore the scene and discover several key pieces of evidence. They spot tire tracks and blood, and their keen investigative senses are about to pay off.
Right there. Here's my bonus for the day. I got a 20 spot right there, baby.
$20.
Hey, I got one. Oh, get out of here, you ass fine. Give me that money. Give me that money. Give me that money.
Oh, jeez. $60.
Give it up. Nah, you're still leaving it.
Oh.
More.
Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me.
There's our overtime pay for the holiday. What do you got?
$40. Those guys, we're gonna have to find them and give them back. That's like $100.
The wardens have a bit of fun, but the cash becomes evidence as well.
Oh, shoot.
Suddenly, a truck approaches. It matches the witness's description. Now, wardens want answers.
Anyway, part of the reason we're down here, we just need to check and patrol and see what's shaking, and that's good.
I understand.
The other question we have, the other problem we had is if you could tell us exactly how this hunt unfolded this morning.
Oh, I got here this morning and pulled in down here, and they were out.
They were on this side
there,
and I was up by that house.
We were waiting
they
hoping they'd
crossed.
cross.
And then
Why were you hoping they'd cross?
I was hoping they'd cross at some point so he could shoot, but if they didn't, I was going to shoot a cow.
You know, were you ever out of your vehicle this morning yelling at elk or driving elk on the
Negative.
highway?
I didn't get here until
I parked over, like I
About
said, like in the
6:50.
driveway of that deal, and they were.
So we wouldn't have any witnesses that tell us otherwise.
like I said, I got here and
Now,
they were
hold
out.
on. I got a call at 6:30 this morning saying that there was a white Ford being suspicious, turning their lights off when vehicles were coming down the highway.
You two guys can stay
Okay.
there.
I never turned my lights off once.
Okay, well this is where we're at, okay? Right now, we need to know exactly what happened so we can get to the bottom of this right now today.
Okay.
But I never once got out of my truck, and I never shut my lights off.
Who got out of their truck and was yelling at the elk?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, they were.
Yes, they were.
No.
Yeah, they were.
There was another pickup truck that come this way.
It was your guys' vehicles.
Your guys' vehicle.
It was your
I
guys'
never-
vehicle.
No, but they stopped and watched the elk out there the same time I was parked. I was down that way, and they were about a quarter mile this way.
Okay.
There was a pickup, I think it was a white, I don't know what it was, but they parked, or they stopped, and they watched the elk for probably a couple minutes, and then they kept driving. But I never honked my horn, and I never got out.
Well,
Let me ask you guys, do you have a cow call with you?
No.
Do you have one with you? These guys?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm going to go talk to them in a second.
Sure.
We're going to, all the stuff we're going over with you, I'm going to go over with them. If somebody was cow talking them too.
Well, the stories just aren't lining up, guys. Okay.
While Taylor and Holland continue their questioning, Game Warden Lee Burroughs works another area in Region 5. He's headed to a possible poaching violation. A caller accuses another hunter of shooting an elk before legal hunting hours. Burroughs hooks up with fellow warden Paul Lukey.
You're over here now. What happened, Lee?
Well, I'll show you.
Was that gut pile back there by that?
Yeah, at the roster box.
Yeah.
Yep. What happened was that hunter signed in at about 6:15. He signed in just after two other hunters, and they got an exact time, and they said it was 6:15, so it was clearly dark. And then that other hunter was parked up on the crest of that hill, and he was glassing these elk in this cornfield here. And he heard that shot at 6:30, pulled out, and he got down here at 6:33. He looked on his dash of his pickup. So, you know, I'm very confident that that elk was shot at 6:30.
On scene, the two wardens search for clues.
That hunter signed in. He drove up here. You can see where his tracks start to pull off the road here. He takes a couple steps down here, and he stops and he squares off, and those elk are right there. And he picks out that lead cow, he told me, and he just, boom. And he's only 60 inches from his tire track. So he's only 5 feet off the edge of the road, but he's still on the shoulder of the road. And if you look up and down the road, Here's probably about where the roadway ends. So, see, clearly he'd have to be out here before he could make that legal shot.
In Montana's Region 5, State Game Wardens Kevin Holland and Nick Taylor question hunters about a possible game harassment. The wardens split up the suspects and talk to them separately. Wardens want to see if their stories match up.
So let's talk about what you did and didn't do and where you're at and how did your morning unfold? Tell me what happened.
We drove up. Chad was already up there on the road. We came this way.
Somewhere up where that house is, that gentleman was saying?
Yeah, towards the top of the hill.
Yeah.
He was watching the elk that were on guys coming across. And so we came by, and we ended up on this side because Clint said I can shoot a cow on that side of the road in the 700 district.
Correct.
So we come over here, opened the gate, got in. That's when we saw the whitetail. And then we saw the elk come across, because what actually ended up pushing, there was a rig, when those elk were standing right on the fence line, there was a rig that came past them right there. And what eventually pushed the elk over the fence. I mean, they're coming this way anyways. They were just stopping the fence because there was about 20 vehicles that went by while we were out here.
So why do you suppose we have a guy giving us a written statement that the white rig and the black rig, you know, stopping, moving, harassing, chasing, forward, backward, moving, waving the arms, getting out of the vehicle?
Waving the arms?
Yeah.
Nobody got out of vehicles, nobody waved arms, nobody honked horns. We were on the highway.
I don't make this stuff
No,
up.
I know, I'm just saying. But everybody here has hunted enough years, and we're from Montana. Don't do it. Because, you know, you can get your ass in the ringer.
Yeah.
Across Region 5, Warden Lee Burroughs investigates a possible poaching case. Using information from the public sign-in box, Burroughs tracks down the hunter in question. The cooperative suspect agrees to meet wardens at the scene.
One other thing that other guy said when he came down here, he asked you if you shot a little early, and you said, I don't think so. And then he made the comment, and you said, I think it's 6:30. Do you remember saying that, or?
I don't remember saying that.
Yeah. And
like I said, I was limited in what I was saying to him because I could tell he wanted to get confrontational with me. I told you that.
Right.
And I didn't.
So he seemed a little agitated.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. Like I said, the first thing he asked me, he goes, "Was there a bull in there?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "Pretty good one." I said, "A 6-point, I think."
Uh-huh.
I wasn't really focused on him.
Right.
But there was a good bull in there.
Right.
And I think he said, "Well, we've got a bull tag," and he said, then that's when he started going on about the little early thing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
now you know where I live and everything, and
yep.
you know, and like I said, I'm not trying to hide nothing from you.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm gonna, work with you. I'm in this thing I like doing it.
Sure.
I'm in it for the long haul.
Sure.
I got one boy that likes to hunt. I want to set an example for him.
Right. And I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And, like I told you last night, you've been a gentleman to work with, and I appreciate that.
I will be.
Yeah.
I don't agree with, you got a job to do, and,
right.
and I'm gonna,
yeah.
If I'm in the wrong, I'll make right.
Right. All right, that sounds good.
All right.
Thanks.
Nice seeing you guys.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Yep.
He told me it's, the first elk he's ever killed out in the open, and he didn't have to pack it out. So I think most of our violators are, people like this guy here, they're decent people, and they see an opportunity like this. The elk are right in front of them, within 100 feet. And
yeah.
So he just jumps out, doesn't want to miss that opportunity, and he doesn't get off the road, and he shoots that elk. The law is the law, whether it's, you got to be off the road or you got to wait until legal shooting light. That doesn't mean they're poachers, but just had a momentary lapse in judgment.
Yeah.
Warden Burroughs decides to follow up with his witness again. He wants to double-check a few facts.
I said, well, it's a little early to be shooting. He said, oh no, it's 6:30. I just said, you gotta check your regs, because that was a little early.
Well, he said he was pretty sure it was, quarter till or later.
Oh, no, it was 6:30.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate it, and I'll look forward to talking to you again.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, thank you, sir. Bye.
In Montana's Region 5, Wardens Nick Taylor and Kevin Holland try to figure out if hunters harassed a herd of elk and illegally harvested 2 bulls. They have eyewitnesses and suspects, but the hunters in question contend that they did nothing wrong.
This is the he said, she said.
Yeah.
I wasn't here. We don't know what happened. So I said to the other guys, I said, we'll write a ticket. You tell your story. The complainant will come in and tell his, and the judge will make a decision. I mean, that's how that's going to shake out.
I just think that's a bad idea. We got, the problem is we got 1 or 2 against 5. We do know someone was outside their vehicle yelling and screaming at elk and honking the horn. But the thing is that, the guy in the white Ford, he has the elk permit on this side of the road. So they definitely want the elk to get on this side of the road because he can't shoot that bull.
That's right.
He can't shoot that bull over here.
So why would he try to stop it? Doesn't make sense he would try to stop him.
Well, unless they were staying. I could only see someone wanting to push elk if they drove down into this property and then pushed it up. That would make more sense to me.
That didn't happen. Yeah.
That doesn't sound like that happened.
Without concrete evidence, the wardens can prove no wrongdoing. They must release the hunters.
I got a question for all 3 of you.
Sure.
Any of you guys do cash business?
Cash business?
Yeah, you do a lot of work, in your personal lives and your business, whatever you do, it does a lot of cash.
Anybody have cash in their pocket today?
Who's feeling rich?
Well, not me. Who's buying breakfast? Is that what you're asking? I got 10 bucks.
I might buy breakfast.
I got lots of plastic.
I've got $80. Don't tell my wife.
Do you have any bucks in there?
Well, I found a handful of money over here.
Oh, about $100.
As a matter of fact, I do all sorts of cash business.
I haven't.
If we have any more issues out here, we have license plates, addresses. We know who the people are that are out here.
Yeah.
And the one guy said he's out here 4 or 5 days a week. So, this one's closed.
Seems fair.
Seems fair. Let's go. Let's go have breakfast.
We can't do like a chest bump or anything?
Oh, yeah, yeah, come on, baby.
Across Region 5, Warden Lee Burroughs' possible poaching case remains unsolved. He now runs the evidence past Sergeant Randy Arnold.
So at 6:30 he heard the shot, so he drove down there and he asked the guy, he said, "You're a little early, aren't you?" And I think yesterday legal shooting light was 6:48. So I think based on those 2 hunters and the fact that, they were there at 6:15 and this guy he was up here on the hill. He heard the shot at 6:30.
Well, and this is definitely one of the spots where if a guy's shooting early, it's because he's going to beat the other guys that signed in. He knew darn well he didn't want to wait until legal shooting light sitting on, for 2 reasons. Those elk are going to leave that corn and cross the road.
Right.
Or then another hunter's going to come along. I mean, this is a pretty competitive spot.
Right.
If they catch him out there at all, they've got a couple minutes of time to catch him out on that side. Every hunter I've talked to says, but you got to make sure that you're the first one there, and you got to make sure that you get them before they go back across the road. And people know that. Yeah, if you've got hunters that heard the shot, saw exactly what time it is, and they're willing to testify to that, you're going to have an easy 15 minutes early. And based on the fact that they still had their headlights on, how's he been to work with?
Well, he's been cooperative, and he acknowledged that he was on the shoulder of the road, but he's still saying that it was legal shooting light. But how does he know if he didn't have a watch and if he never looked at the clock on his dash? And I said, well, I kind of find it a little hard to believe that when someone comes up and talks to you window to window and said you shot early, the first thing I would have done was glance at my dash clock to see what time it was. And he said, well, I never even thought about it. He said, I don't wear a watch. But
well, he's building a good defense for not knowing what time it was.
Right. But exactly.
The wardens find enough evidence to charge the hunter. Now, Warden Burroughs must inform the suspect.
I'm going to issue a citation for shoot before legal shooting hours, which is a violation of commission rules and regulations. It's a $135 ticket. Then I'm also going to give him a written warning for shoot from the roadway. Even though he was standing on the shoulder of the road, you know, it's a little bit hard to define. There's no fence, no real deep borrow ditch, so we'll go with a written warning on that.
The nature of the violation requires the warden to confiscate the harvested animal. The state will keep the meat in cold storage pending the outcome of the case. Upon conclusion, the meat will be donated to a local food bank.
I'm not sure what Mr. decided he'll do, but the charge will be filed in Golden Valley County Justice Court, and we'll let the justice system work its way.